right. Congratulations. We are moving on to Deal of the Year, which for those of you that may have been paying attention, we actually took a pause on this award for a couple of years, but it was back. And as many of you know in the ecosystem, there's been so many deals. I'm sure it's going to be back for a long time. Please welcome Daryl Knight from St. Paul's Foundation Providence Health to present this award.
Thank you, Wendy, and as one of the very few non-company people here, I stand before you in awe of everything that I've heard tonight and in the previous versions of this event. It's truly spectacular to hear the innovation and the drive that exists in this community in BC. So I have the privilege of announcing the Deal of the Year award. And this award isn't just about being part of a big deal, which it is, or a big fanfare and large amounts of money, which it is. This award is BC's most significant life science award that really strives on the excellence in mergers, acquisitions and transfers, while leveraging the opportunity to really advance the strategic direction and vision of the company. That's no tall order. So I have the honour of announcing that the winner of the Deal of the Year award is Chinook Therapeutics. Just a little bit of a background. Chinook came to be in 2019 with a very clear mandate to discover, develop and commercialise precision medicines for the treatment of kidney disease. And I actually did a little bit of research on this. I'm not a kidney person, but roughly 10% of Canadians, so 10% of people in this room, will have some form of kidney disease. And just under 50,000 Canadians have end-stage kidney disease. And to me, that's a very frightening statistic. So this company really is at the leading edge of a very unmet clinical need. And they were really launched with a Series A funding of around $65 million through their lead investor, Versant Ventures. And so I think congratulations to them too for seeing the potential in the company. Fast forward to 2023 and Chinook was acquired by Novartis for $3.2 billion. And and that allowed And that really allowed Novartis to expand its capacity in precision medicine and innovative medicines, but also expand its portfolio into renal disease. Chinook and Providence Research were also proud members of CanSolve CKD, chronic kidney disease, which is the largest pan-Canadian research collective currently in activity. And with Chinook's leadership, CanSolve really moved from being patient-oriented research to really being patient-focused and patient-centered research, with the life journey of the molecule from its inception right through to the patient in clinical trials. I think this is really pertinent and relevant now because of the province's push to expand its clinical trial capacity from early stage phase 1 right through to phase 3. I think it's a lot testament to Chinook's leadership that we've been able to achieve that. So I'll stop talking. We have a video to watch in their own words about their journey.
Chinook was completely focused on medications for severe and rare kidney diseases. So over time, patients are slowly losing kidney function, and many of them actually end up in kidney failure. And that's actually a horrible place to end up. Our stated mission was to develop drugs to prevent the progression of disease, to make transplant and dialysis rare and unnecessary events. And over the years, we had built up a very nice pipeline of products. And in early 2023, their most advanced asset was actually tracking in phase 3, and we're looking to have a clinical readout at the end of 2023. big pivot point for the company, going from a development company into a commercial company. And we took the decision that as a small company, we could probably launch in the US ourselves and build out that commercial infrastructure. But we realized that in Europe, in Asia, in other parts of the world, we just didn't have the capacity as a small company to do that. So we started thinking about how do we partner for those geographies. Through that process, we met a lot of different players, but we actually became quite enamored with Novartis. They were prioritizing developing drugs for patients with kidney disease and had a very good alignment with their pipeline with ours. So we started discussions with them and they surprised us with an offer for acquisition. They already had that commercial infrastructure built out so they could really get the drug out to a lot more patients. So with that decision made, we progressed to the acquisition and announced the deal in June of 2024. 2023. Time's flying along. It's been absolutely amazing what we've accomplished since 2019 when we got that Emerging Company of the Year award. And I credit it a lot to the people here, the really strong science, not only at Chinook, but within British Columbia as a whole. I definitely think that Novartis acquisition just really validates the great work that we're doing here, and we can create science, develop drugs, and build technology that is attractive globally, and we can compete with anyone on the planet in that sense. I think the community here in BC is just an excellent place to build and grow companies, and I'm just really proud to be part of it.
As he makes his way up, I'll introduce the founder and former COO of Chinook Therapeutics, Tom Froelich.
Thanks so much, Darren. It's such an honor to accept this award on behalf of the amazing Chinook organization. It's also pretty intense seeing that video and the clips taken from 2020 when we won the emerged, Norma, if you prefer, Company of the Year. And it's just hard to believe that in such a short time that not only have I aged so much, that was pretty impressive, but what we accomplished in terms of being able to build a really broad pipeline from preclinical assets right through to late stage phase 3 asset that is on its way, hopefully, to being approved and out there for patients. We managed to create a tremendous amount of value, really for patients first and foremost, but obviously economically as well for our shareholders. But this is Deal of the Year, so I should talk a little bit about the deal. It's not about dollars and cents. I think everyone in this room realizes that that's not our primary motivation here. But a good deal in our industry is really about creating synergies and going from 1 + 1, it's a little cheesy to say, but 1 + 1 to 3 or to 5 or even more. And I really believe that's the case in this situation. Chinook was a small, extremely scrappy company with a very innovative pipeline. Novartis is a big global pharmaceutical that has capabilities and resources and scale. And you add those things together, and these drugs are going to reach tens of thousands of more patients than we could have ever done on our alone without each other. So this is a huge win for the kidney community, and really proud to be a part of that. Would love to thank everybody at Chinook, but we ended up with 270 people and scores more that actually supported us. But I would like to call out a couple people. Gerald Davis really played a catalytic role at the beginning to get the company started. He brought the initial team together. He rolled up his sleeves and helped in that company ideation and putting that initial pitch text together. And of course, funded us, which was a huge vote of confidence and supported us the whole way. I think Gerald is obviously one of the best company builders in biotech in the world, and we're really lucky to have him here in Vancouver. Yeah. Also, really briefly, because it's a Deal of the Year award, also mentioned through the deal process, Eric Dobmeier, our CEO, he couldn't be here, but he's traveling, enjoying the fruits of his labor. But he wishes he could be here. Little anecdote, I was interacting with the BD team at Novartis. We were in this early stages of a licensing transaction. And then I got a message that Vas, the CEO of Novartis, wanted to talk to Eric. So automatically the sensors kind of go up. We coordinated for the time for the call. Eric was actually at an investor event where they were working really hard and golfing. Actually with Andrew King, who's our Chief Scientific Officer at Chinook, who also played a huge role in the company. And he got the call from Vass in the morning and got the initial offer for the acquisition. And obviously, that was a big day. He kind of phoned me up and said, okay, what do we do? And how do we brainstorm around this? We have to call a board meeting and figure things out. And he said, but I think I should go golfing because there's all these investors and analysts waiting for me out there. And it would be too strange if I just didn't show up. So then he went out and promptly shot a hole-in-one. So that was like a day to remember for Eric, for sure. But I'd love to spend some time thanking the rest of the team. I know I'm keeping you guys from your main course, so I'll just say huge accomplishment by the team. This team at Chinook is phenomenal. It's amazing what you can achieve when you're all focused on the same mission. We already see the continuation here in Vancouver. A couple of weeks ago, there was the announcement of Borealis, which some in the media are calling Chinook 2.0, with a $150 million initial financing. So that team is going to go on to become a major player in the space. I already know of a lot of other Chinookers that are out there starting to think about other companies that they're creating, and I think the best for this team is still yet to come, so it's exciting times. So just very quickly, thank you especially to LSBC, Wendy and Ali. We all know that developing drugs is a team sport. No person or company can do it alone. It takes a whole community. And these guys just pull us together and make that easier. So big round of applause for them. Thank you very much.